Well, hey everybody, this is Lynna on the road, driving, seeing the country as, well, there's not much to see here. If you want to take a look, let me show you. Yeah, kind of blah, kind of flat. It's the Midwest. Lots of farm country. Lots of farm country out here. The sun is trying to rise over there. I think you can see it a little bit. But yeah, so here we are. Here we are. Like I said before, 17 feet of my stuff in here, and I'm on my way, on my way. To where? To what? To who? I have no idea. But I did want to tell you guys a little bit about yesterday. Yesterday was a very emotional day for me. It was very, very difficult because I woke up yesterday and I had to FaceTime my daughter because she was going off to camp. So that's what I did. I FaceTimed her and told her that I loved her and that, I wanted to let her know that when she came back, I would be moving. I'd be gone already. And just to tell her that I'm going to miss her and everything. The kids are still processing this whole thing. I mean, it's quite traumatic, I wanted them to know in a way that was subtle, in a way that was slow, and, it was never my intention to just pop into my house, unannounced and show my face. But like I said before, I didn't have any choice because I was leaving, and it's either that or nothing. And I'd rather do that than to be labeled as an abandoning parent. So I did the lesser of two evils. But they're both hard, So my boys are trying to process it. My oldest is at camp and stuff. My oldest two are now at camp. So yesterday, I asked my spouse, I asked her to let me say goodbye to the kids, my 11, 9, and 4-year-old boys. So she's like, well, are you going to come dressed as, and I go, I'm just going to come as me. I don't really do anything else anymore. Now that the kids know, what's the purpose of hiding anymore, At this point, it becomes man drag, Someone said it so well. At this point, it just becomes like man drag. And I'd rather not, I live in truth now. And, this is me. So she said, well, the kids aren't really going to want to see you like that. And I go, really? Well, I really don't have any other clothes. I didn't. I packed everything away, and I didn't even think about it, that, oh wait, I need to hold back some clothes so I can see my kids. But she said, okay. walked up to the van and I saw my boys. I saw my 11-year-old in the front seat. And I told him, I am so sorry, son. I am so sorry that I can't be that dad that you wanted me to be. And he looked at me, but looked away, and he's just processing it, I know. And he just looked at me and said, it's okay. I said, you know what, son, no matter what I look like, no matter what I end up looking like in the future, I'm still your dad, and I'm still always going to love you, and I'm still always going to be concerned about you and what you do and how you feel and everything. And I said, I know this is awkward for you, and I'm sorry, but I want you to know that whenever you have the desire to talk to me about it or about anything at all, please feel free, feel free to call me, feel free to text me, And he just nodded his head. And then I walked down, opened the door, the side door of the van, and my two oldest are in the back, my two youngest are in the back. My 9-year-old's in the middle row, sitting in the seat, and he's looking straight ahead with his little glasses on, my little blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy, and he's obviously distraught. He's obviously hurt. He's obviously confused. Yeah. And I look at him and I go, buddy, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that I can't be that dad that you wanted me to be. And he looks at me, and his blue eyes start tearing up. And he looks away and looks down. And his tears start falling down on his eyes and stuff, just start dragging down on his face, and he starts just crying these big rolling tears that just fall down, and then they make him splash on his shirt. And he's got his glasses on, and he's tearing up. He's tearing up. Sad. And I touch his head, and his beautiful hair, and I stroke it, and I tell him, I love you, buddy. I love you. I always will. And I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. And I grab his shoulder and I just kind of caress it and massage it. And his tears keep flowing down his face, and he's just crying, He's not making sounds, he's just crying. And he doesn't have anything to say, but he's just crying, So then I close the side door and I go to the back, you know, because my youngest is still in a car seat. He's only 4. And I go around the back and I open the trunk, the back door, and I pop my head in and I ask him, hey buddy, how are you? He goes, good. He's got this big smile on his face, you know, and he's like all like just smiling. And I go, I love you. He goes, love you too. And I go, can I give you a hug? He goes, and I go, can I shake your hand? And I'm like, I understand, buddy. I understand. But know this, buddy, know this, that I love you. I always will love you. And I'm always on your side. And he's just smiling and he's kind of squirming in his seat, you know. He's not really saying anything. And I tell him, I love you, buddy. Then I walk around and go to the car's driver's door, and there's my wife. We're still technically married, you know. We still have a paper that says we're signed as a married couple. But we're so far down this road that I call her my ex because, you know, that's just what it is. And I look at her and I start crying because I'm like, this is what, 17 years? This is where it goes after 17 years and 5 kids? And a life? I am so sorry. And she looks at me like she goes like this. She goes, like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I mean, I'm still in shock. And here I am, like, driving away, and I just said, this is it. This is the moment where we separate and go our separate ways. And she says, yeah, it is. And I look at her gas gauge and I go, whoa, you're almost on empty. She goes, yeah. I go, do you want me to take you to Sam's so you can fill up and stuff? And she's like, nah, it's okay. I'll just put part money in there and fill up the tank a little bit. I don't really need to do it all. I'll do what I can. And she's so strong, you know. So I walk away and say goodbye. Then I turn around and I ask my oldest, my middle child, you know, who's got tears in his eyes and his shirt's puddled wet, and I say, hey Mike, can I give you a hug? He goes, you want a hug, don't you, buddy? He goes, so I give him a hug. I give him a big hug. I don't know when I would be able to hug him again. And then I asked my oldest, my 11-year-old in the front seat, you want a hug? He goes, okay. And he gets up out of his seat, unbuckles his belt, and he comes out to the seat, to the street, and I give him a big bear hug, you know. And then I ask my wife, and I say, you want a hug? And she goes, sure. Make it quick though, I gotta go. So she gives me a little hug. Well, I gotta go, guys.